And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Trending with Trudy show. I'm Trudy, and this is Danny Kloza. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are live here at Slackers off of Thousand Oaks and 281. So excited to finally have you back. Although you were here last week.
I was for a little while.
You were for a little while. It was fun. It was fun
Yeah,
last week.
it was good.
We even had Ricky Bobby join us for a little
Yep.
bit, and we'll have him on here in a little while
Yeah,
as well.
He's
On his phone acting like
Again.
he's important about something, some kind of work deal that's going on. You know, who knows? He's
Yeah.
probably ordering, no telling what. But yeah. So today is Wednesday. Happy Hump
It
Day.
is hump
Do
day
you
again.
believe it's June?
No.
6 months into the year.
Yeah, we're halfway through.
6 months into the year.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to say 2 years ago, during this time of year, you were in the middle of football.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
2 years?
It was 2 years in March that I retired.
Okay, so
So it's been 2 years I've been retired.
there you
already.
go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It goes by fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the year goes by quicker now
Yes.
that you're
Yeah,
out?
because you don't know what day it is. Like we talked. I was last week. We were
Yeah.
talking. I don't know what day it is.
I know.
And I just again today I was like, I think it's Thursday. I don't know why.
You're like,
It's like,
Desiree, what?
What day is it today?
Yeah.
I asked her almost. It's
But
stupid.
Do you love having your summers
Yeah, no,
available now?
everybody's working.
And just so you know, you guys, he coached for 31 years. So
31.
retired now, 31 years in coaching now.
Yeah, so everybody's doing, strength and conditioning
Yep.
camp and all their skill camps and stuff like that. And I'm like, no
Here,
thanks.
sit back with your
Yeah,
beers,
sit back. We're going to
fishing.
go Florida next week.
That's so fun.
Desiree and I are going to head out, go to Destin. And,
Because
yeah.
I mean, when you were coaching, there was no summer.
No, not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot at all.
I mean, really, was there 2 weeks that you had?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because you just, on a year-round, mine was a year-round contract.
Right.
Because I was athletic coordinator, head football coach. So you're working year-round. You're always constantly trying to hire coaches and then running camps, and something comes up, and it's just, you don't get a lot of time.
But I will say you do private coaching.
Yeah, I do.
still.
I work with some kids at Piper High School out 281,
Yeah.
Workfield, the new high school. They've been open 4 years now.
Yeah. Gosh, 40 years.
4.
Wow.
So yeah, they're good. So they got a lot of good things going on. And actually, some of the coaches that worked at Lee, for me,
are now
are now working at Piper.
Really?
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them out there. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. Nice place.
Are they 5A?
Yeah, they're 5.
They're 5A.
Yep,
Wow.
yeah, they're 5A.
All these new schools, I can't keep up.
They're popping up, and at Comal, a lot of our friends have started going out there.
So
It's
Comal-
different.
So Kamal, how many? Do you know how many?
I think there's 5
Okay.
high schools. It's
Wow.
like Smithson Valley, Davenport, Canyon Lake, and Piper.
So
So I think there's 5. Yeah,
All right. So everybody's done with graduation at this point,
should
right?
be. Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah. They better be.
I mean, I have so many friends, and I'm like, "Hey, we're gonna go to dinner." They're like, "We have graduation."
Unless
Another one else, it's like, "We're
Yeah.
going to graduation party
a
or
lot of that
graduation."
still goes on.
Yeah. Well, on that note, cheers
Yeah,
to your
cheers. Thank
retirement.
you.
I just love it because
It's fun.
I mean, I was so young back in the day
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you started
Yeah,
at Robert E. Lee.
Robert E. Lee High
Oh
School.
my gosh! But before that, you were at Reagan.
I think we were talking. Desiree and I were talking about it. She's like 4 years older than you.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, when Desiree came in, I think you were
I was leaving.
you were
I mean,
leaving. You were a senior.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 When she started with the directing
Yeah.
of the Rebel Rousers
Yeah.
and Dixie Drillers.
It's crazy.
And you know what? They're not even called that anymore, you guys. They're not even called that anymore.
She still calls them that.
We won't even go there.
She goes and judges there, and she goes, "Okay, we're the Rebel Rousers." She does it on purpose.
How do you
She's like,
not?
I know
How
she
do you
does.
not? Yes,
pretty funny.
Sandoval, we have a comment.
Oh, yeah. We got Fred Garcia saying Trudy.
Hi,
Trudy.
Christopher. Hi, Chris. Good to see you earlier today. Thanks for watching.
He also says new guy, new guy.
New guy.
New guy.
We've
New
got
guy,
Danny
new guy.
Kloza
There
in
you
the
go.
house. Danny Kloza. Yes. Here, I want to remind everybody that we are at Slackers and we have Ashley behind the bar today serving up drinks. So y'all can see her, come be part of our live audience. So speaking of, okay, we're going into, something that's college ball. You like your college ball.
Oh yeah.
And, the NCAA. Talk to me about that. How do you feel about
The NIL stuff?
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Okay,
right?
go
We're
ahead.
going
Go
to
ahead.
NIL?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody when it first came out, it's like, it's great. These kids are going to get money. And now it's off the charts, out of control.
I think it's definitely out of control.
Way out of control.
At some point, something needs to give. Someone needs to say, hold on. But who does that?
Well,
and can they do that?
I don't know if you can now. You let the genie out of the bottle, so to speak. And it's just, I think they're going to have to, because like, we've talked about, and everybody's talking about, it's funneling down to the high schools now. And it's so when I went to school way back when Jesus was a baby, we had when I was at Midland Junior College, and they give us like a $300 check every month for weekend food. They called it weekend money. It's NJCAA rules. We weren't under the NCAA.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You had $300 a month, which to me was a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
But you learned how to budget that money, and you had to, but now these kids are making millions of dollars. It's ridiculous.
And who's in charge of that?
Well,
when you're underage, how does that work?
I'm not sure. I think, legally 17, 18, they're adults.
Yeah, when did 17 become adults?
I don't know, but they're,
because when I was 17, I was not an adult.
Well, I guess if you're a smart parent, you're going to manage their money for them.
But
when it's under them.
But when you're that young, you kind of become spoiled at some point.
Absolutely.
With that money going.
Well,
hey, Mom.
and think about it. Kids nowadays, the kids are getting paid before they even take a snap in college football. Out of high school.
So
we're going to pay you this much money to come here. There's, and I know there's been certain deals made with high school kids here in San Antonio. The kid from Alamo Heights.
Yeah.
Kid from Johnson.
Wow.
That went to IMG. They made substantial amount of money, and they've never even taken a college snap.
High school.
Yep. And they're seniors. And they say, hey, so come to Texas, come here, come there, come to SMU. We're going to pay you this much money. And all the coaches will say, hey, to get a good quarterback in college, $1.5, $2 million to get a decent quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I hate it.
Do we have a comment on that?
We got two. We got one, Roseanne Contrin saying, "Mom is making me watch."
Okay.
That's my sister.
I love it.
So your mom's making my son. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, Mom.
So my mom's in the hospital. I told you I had to leave last week. She broke her little femur.
So I didn't want to put that out there, but in the middle of the show, he got a phone call. He said, "I got to go. My mom just fell." I'm like, "Okay, bye."
Yeah, bye.
So I'm glad she's doing better. She's on the mend.
Up and around. And that girl right there, my sister, has been a godsend.
Aww,
she drove down from Arlington. She's been here all week. She's just pampering our mother.
Bless your heart.
She's awesome. Thank you, Roseanne.
Thank you, Roseanne.
Then we got Dylan saying NIL is ruining college ball. Archie Manning makes $3 million, and yet has to start for the Longhorns. Just saying. And then Chris Garcia says, "I get $3 million to sit at the bar, but it's like pesos. It's a pesos."
I mean, Dylan, I know you and I have talked about this a little bit, but he's saying, it is ruining college ball.
It's not ruining it. It's already ruined it. It's done. It's just, that's people talk to Nick Saban. That's why he quit.
That's why he quit.
There's other coaches I've talked to that said, I'm maybe in the same boat with you if this keeps going on. It's just, there's got to be an end to it some way, somehow. And, I wish the NCAA would have come out and just said, you know what? You can't sell their name. You can sell the jersey number, but you can't sell somebody's name. And it would have eliminated it.
Okay.
And then, they get, what are the scholarships they're getting? Hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarship money. They get fed. They get a room. They get room and board. They get their college paid for. And now, and I'm all for kids not having to suffer through college.
Sure.
They need a little gas for their car. They need some food on the table. There's some kids that aren't well off, and their parents need some help. I understand that, but $3 million.
That's a little bit much.
Million? I mean, the softball girl from Texas Tech.
1.3 million.
$1 million, and just signed it. And,
Nigeria candidate.
but again, let's not blame the kids and the parents.
Right.
I mean, my daughter had an NIL at UTSA. And Sarah, April
and Sarah.
Kendall was the first girl she paid.
I love it.
And she goes, "Hey, I'll do this. If you do this, I'll do this."
I love it because it's your daughter.
But it wasn't millions.
Millions.
It wasn't.
Right.
It was very, very helpful, and we thank April for that.
Yeah.
But Kendall went out and, you know, sent people to the dealership and did things
Right.
for her.
Speaking of, and you know, she's now the face of UTSA.
Well, that's Cameron now.
Oh, Cameron.
So
See?
Cameron,
I mean,
so-
the girls are just like,
Yeah.
they're-
So Kendall did that, and then Cameron's this, and then, you know, there's NIL deals out there, but it's not like big time, the Power Fives. And these
Yeah.
football players are just, it's ridiculous.
So do you know any of the football players that are expecting to be called and be like, hey, I'm
I
waiting
mean,
for the phone call?
You know, I mean, the kid that was at Johnson,
Yeah.
Ty Hawkins,
Okay.
great athlete.
Yeah.
IMG, and he was committed to TCU,
Yeah.
Sonny Dykes, and SMU got him and said, we'll pay you this amount. I don't know the exact amount. I didn't want to be quoted on that because I don't know, you know, I don't know him, but I've
Yeah.
heard. And, you know, he's like, yeah, I'll go to IMG my senior year so I can get paid. And I'm going to start getting paid. And again, why not?
I mean,
If that's within the rules,
if it's being offered to you, why are you going to turn it down?
100%. And it's not the parents or the kid's fault. It's the system.
And so the D1 players, this has been happening for how long?
I don't know. It's pretty recent. I mean, what, 3 years? 4?
I mean, what do you think, Sam?
NIL started three years ago,
yeah.
3 or 4 years. Yeah. And I mean, they've all been paying under the table. I mean, we all look.
Johnny Manziel.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, it's
Excuse
been
me.
going on way before that. I mean, you know, and
Well,
that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
And now it's legal. You know, the colleges are capped, I think, but boosters aren't. So
I know. And the boosters.
they're getting ready to go, but we'll see what they do now. It's always changing, right?
Yeah.
They've got to change it
Yeah.
somehow, some way. We'll
But
see.
you know, aren't the boosters like at some point? Don't they say like there's a cap in there? Like,
Well, I don't know. I mean, the guy at Texas Tech that started the Matador Club, I mean, he's a billionaire.
Oh,
And you go, hey, let's go get a softball girl for $1 million. And look what happened to them. They go to the final game.
how do you think that is for the rest of the team? Do they look at her with the
You know,
shrug of a shoulder, or do they look up to her? Which she's a great player.
there's
obviously.
but there's got to be some animosity and some jealousy there. That,
Yeah.
You know, if I'm that player, I'm going to take care of my teammates some money.
Hey, you want to go shopping, girl?
Well, especially in a quarterback realm, you know, there's 5 offensive linemen that aren't getting paid
And
what
they're
you're getting paid,
Are they getting a golf cart?
and they're going to get something. I'll
Right.
tell you that.
Right.
If I'm making that much money and I'm the quarterback,
Yeah.
those guys are going to be fed well and taken care of. And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. It's just it's created a mess.
I think so. I think it really has. It's a little ick feeling for me.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
definitely
like it.
an
Don't
ick.
like it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. You know, here we go into mini camp has started, right? For NFL.
Speaking of,
What happened? What do we got?
Mini
Ricky,
camp
Ricky
NFL.
Bobby. Ricky
And
Bobby
here
just
comes-
just walked
and
in.
here he
Hold on,
comes.
hold on, just a second.
Here-
Ricky Bobby just joined us, or has walked into the building. But on that note, are we going to take a quick break?
No, let's do this comment real quick.
Oh, we're going to read this comment real quick.
Chris Garcia says, he thinks that if they're getting an NIL deal or NIL money, they have to pay for their own tuition.
Oh, you think?
yeah, I don't know. You know,
Is that how that works? It's either it cancels out
well-
the scholarship.
well, I think
or,
no, but I think what needs to happen is they need to start signing contracts.
and that's it. That way they
Let's-
can't switch
There's
over.
no amateur athletics anymore, in my opinion. I think it's
Oh, well, that's true.
it's pro sports. You're
It
getting
is.
paid.
Oh,
Well, I think with that new House versus NCAA thing that they just passed,
Yeah.
Well, now they're have to pay them kind of like employees.
Right. So, but
Oh.
you know, you're gonna have to start signing contracts. So if you have a 4-year contract, you can't just pick up and leave whenever you want for a better deal.
because someone's offering you more.
Absolutely. So I mean, if let's say it for what it is, all right, it's professional athletics. You're getting paid to play now. It's no longer amateur athletics.
That just gives me a little bit of a.
So it's kind of sad.
It is.
So if it's funneling down to high school, really the only amateur athletics you have anymore is middle
Middle
school. is middle school.
Go 8th graders.
And yeah, and you know, intramurals.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I don't know. It's caused a lot of issues.
Wow.
So,
Well,
yeah.
listen, we signed our contract.
We
You get
signed
$20 for today,
it. There you
and
go.
that's it.
There you go.
No negotiation whatsoever. That's it.
Damn, what are you getting?
What?
Oh my gosh.
We've got another comment.
Yeah, we got Ethan Engelbrecht. He says,
Okay.
looking
Ethan.
sharp, Kloza.
Ethan.
So I coached Ethan at Lee,
Aw.
and Ethan's about 6'6". He was a defensive end, and you talk about a kid. He came from Corpus. He transferred in sophomore year, junior year he played. Ethan was a game changer for us.
You paid him $2 million.
I paid Ethan money. No, so Ethan was a game changer because Ethan was he was a guy that went in the morning and rounded up everybody sitting on their tail, and he goes, "Get dressed. We're going to the weight room."
Love it.
And the next thing you know, there's 25 guys in the weight room, and that's the game changer that Ethan Engelbrecht.
You are a leader.
He's the man. I love Ethan.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear that.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service, and thank you for commenting.
Military.
Thank you. On that note, you guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Hey, you guys, and we're back, and Ricky Bobby in the house with Danny Kloza. We're here live at Slackers off of Thousand Oaks and 281. You're watching the Trending with Trudy show. I'm Trudy. This is Ricky. This is Danny, and we've got comments coming back from our break. Talk to me.
We got Cam saying, "Look, Trending with Trudy is the best show."
Aw, thanks, Cam. Thanks for chiming in. As always, Ricky Bobby, since you are here, I got you this great drink.
Actually, she took it from me when I said, thank you.
Hey, it's all, it's an illusion of me giving you the.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Scoot in a little bit more. We get you some light in here. All right. So, you guys, we've been talking NIL. We've been talking all kinds of sports that are happening. The finals are tonight. Game 3 of Thunder and Pacers at 7:30 tonight.
Yep.
Who are you going for?
I've been saying since day one, OKC.
Who are you going for?
I had Indiana. I told y'all last week, right?
Yeah.
And then they won by a point the first game.
I mean, it's exciting. I'm gonna go with the Pacers.
There you go.
I know, but
well, you changed it because you
I
said
did.
Oklahoma
I
City.
did because the Pacers look good.
I guess it's her show. She
well,
makes you won.
Dylan, don't judge me, Dylan. Okay, just
what does that say?
Where? Oh, it's just, you can put your let's put our glasses on. It's fine.
I can't.
Indiana Pacers tonight, 7:30, and they are in Indiana, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So, all right. So that's what I'll be watching tonight. There's nothing else to watch. Hockey is what is their?
Did they play yesterday?
We have a comment. I have a feeling it's from Chris or Chase.
Chris says, Ricky. The Redskins still suck. They still suck.
The Redskins still suck.
He's not done
He
yet.
didn't have a Redskins shirt, but he got the color on.
He doesn't care if they made it to the NFC Championship.
There you go.
I seriously think Chris, deep down inside, wants to be a Redskin fan.
He does not. I can guarantee you
I can
that.
see it in his
He's a
face.
Cowboy fan.
He's a Cowboys fan. How did you know? How did you know?
Because he said the Redskins suck.
Right, there you go.
So immediately,
Yeah.
So my brother's just the opposite. My brother's like him. My brother hates the Cowboys, and he always wanted the Redskins to beat the Cowboys growing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, Chris, if you ever want to change, I got plenty of gear, bro. Just send me your size. Plenty of gear.
Wow.
And I'm driving the bus. I'm driving the bandwagon.
There you go.
Plenty
Wow.
of room.
Okay, so speaking of NFL, Cowboys, Redskins, Commanders, whatever y'all are called, Aaron Rodgers. The Aaron Rodgers is his.
Who's Aaron Rodgers?
He's married. He just got married. Who cares? I'm joking. Who cares? But listen,
Poor girl.
how much? 11 million.
I heard 11 million, which is
for 1
squat.
year.
Which is
Which
squat.
really?
Is that all?
For
that-
a starting quarterback?
So I'll pay you 8 million for 1 year.
A starting quarterback now in the NFL gets 30 million
Nah.
a year.
He's Aaron Rodgers. He's 48 years old. I'm
If
joking.
Dak's
He's not
hitting
48.
60.
How old is Aaron Rodgers? 41?
Yeah, early 40s.
43.
40,
But
yeah,
hold
early
on, coming
40s.
off of an Achilles injury.
Right.
I know is he going to stay healthy?
I mean, yeah. I mean, well, they can keep him healthy. There's certain things you can do to keep a quarterback healthy.
Not play him?
So,
Not play him.
yeah, you can give him a clipboard, sit on the sideline.
Look at the iPad.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, they got rid of their quarterback, so they had to
Yeah.
get one, and
Okay.
they got him. So,
Yeah.
So hold on. So, okay, we've got a 1-year contract, 13.5 base, signing bonus for 10 million, cap at 14. Well, I mean, come on.
That's
So
squat for a starting
the-
quarterback.
The 10 million is guaranteed.
yeah.
There's quarterbacks, backups making 25,
Why are
30.
you trying to give him more money?
I don't want to give him more money. I don't think he's worth 10. I'm just saying people are making a big deal about it, but that's nothing nowadays.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing.
You sounded like you wanted him to make
So
more.
they got him for a bargain.
It's a
Yeah.
bargain deal.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
bargain.
Trey
According to
Lance is
them.
getting 6.
Yeah.
How do you
backups make minimum 20? A
Yeah.
good backup makes minimum 20 a year.
would you back up?
Would I back up? Oh, back up in the NFL?
Yeah.
I'd hold a clipboard for years doing that. Absolutely.
Like what's his name?
Colt McCoy.
Colt
man.
McCoy.
So,
Yeah,
and
man.
Ty Detmer did it for years
that's
with
right.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, but way back when, I remember when he signed a $5 million contract to hold a clipboard.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. And to coach Brett Favre. He coached Brett Favre, basically.
Yeah.
Ty did. And there's stories about that. But I know the Detmer brothers, Corey and Ty.
Yeah.
And his dad, Sonny, when Sonny was live, and he was like, the best job in the freaking NFL is a backup quarterback.
Because you're not going to get
As long as
smashed.
you're not getting called in,
Yeah, you're just like, stay healthy, stay healthy,
Right.
stay healthy.
Yeah.
shake it off. Get back in there. Shake it
Oh,
off.
that's a good play call. Okay, good. Pay me.
Right? Exactly. I don't mean to backtrack here, but Bill Belichick, do you like what he's going to, do you like him where he's at? Do you think he should have stayed in NFL?
I never seen it. That's a hard transition to make. Transition to make when you're in the NFL and you go to college. There's a lot of college guys right now that are trying to go to the NFL because they don't want to put up with the NIL crap.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're trying to move, and you see a lot of those guys making transitions
You're
as
talking about coaches.
coaches
Okay.
to go to the NFL.
Okay, we've got a couple comments
Yeah,
catching up here.
We got Cam asking Coach Kloza, did you enjoy the Women's College World Series? And what was your opinion on those replay calls?
The first call, yes, I did enjoy it. It was awesome, Cam. But the first call on the obstruction, that was like
Bizarre.
stupid.
Very.
That was, and I was for Tech,
Yeah.
but she was out by 20 feet.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I mean, there could have been an elephant there. She still would have been done. There was no obstruction, obviously.
There you go.
And I think you look at it, and then I don't know. That's just a very weird call.
It is. It is.
I mean, you almost got to be in the baseline, 5 feet from the bag
It
doing
was-
this.
it was
Well, and
the
I watched it from
obstruction.
5 different angles, and I still didn't see it.
No.
I didn't see it.
So that was the first
And
one.
I was pulling for Tech also.
Yeah.
So the one they got right was the one she actually slid between her legs,
Correct. Yes.
and they said no obstruction. and
Right.
they tagged her out. That was
Right.
That was a good play.
Go ahead.
We got 2 from Chris. The first one is 11 million can be 19.5 with incentives.
Yeah.
And then Russell Wilson got a $31 million 1 year
Okay.
with the Giants.
With the Giants. I keep forgetting he's going to Giants, or he's with the Giants.
And then
Now he
he
gets
fin-
31 million. He may be sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
I mean,
right.
That's the going price. That's for
You get $31 million, and you're they project you to be the starter, but then you
Right.
got a guy they just drafted
Yeah.
who's going to be pretty damn good, and they're saying we may work him into the mix after a certain week 9,
Yeah.
week 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you may see Jackson Dart playing pretty quick.
Wow.
And then if that's the case, that's because Russell Wilson's up there in age too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And he wasn't breaking any records the last couple of years.
no, he hadn't been.
He was horrible in Denver.
Yeah, and I think and that goes to, is it the right fit for the franchise? Right, you got to find the right fit. And that's sometimes
It's
it's hard
tricky.
to find.
It's tricky.
I mean,
And it happens. Look at Sam Darnold, Minnesota.
Sam
Right.
Darnold, and then where's he now?
Yeah.
I mean, gone already.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to find the right fit, and it's just about putting the puzzle together. And these quarterbacks are getting older. As they're getting older, you got to protect them.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're not going to, you're going to hand the ball off more. You got to throw quick game. You got to throw a lot more screens. You got to have great linemen. If you want them to stay healthy. I mean, that was the one thing Tom Brady
Yep.
managed to do after that 1 year. He stayed healthy.
Did he give them all Ferraris? His lineman Ferraris.
I'm sure he gave them whatever they wanted.
We have another comment.
Yeah, Chris finished off his comments with "Hook 'em, ladies."
Hook 'em, ladies. Congratulations to Texas for that. Yeah. So speaking of meshing well together, how do you think Tomlin and Rodgers are going to work together? How do you think? Because Tomlin's a no put up shit dude, you know. So
well, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, Aaron Rodgers wants to win another Super Bowl.
well, he's got one.
And yeah, he's got one, but I mean, you know, he still wants to win. He knows he's getting close to the end of his career,
Right.
and you have no choice. You know, there's not going to be any games played. So,
And,
you know,
and he's not going to fire Tomlin like he did the guy from the Jets and
yeah, no,
firing Green Bay.
no, Tomlin's.
He got McCarthy fired, didn't he?
No, he didn't get McCarthy. You really
I
think
don't know.
he had those strings? To
You
pull
know,
out?
that's another reason why all that junk that went down in Green Bay and finger pointing and stuff, dude, just play football.
Yeah.
You're getting paid 11 million, 19,
Right.
20 million. Shut your mouth and play football.
Yeah.
You know, that's another deal, you know, that freaking look at me, I'm Aaron Rodgers. It's turned everybody off.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, would you agree with that?
I
you
don't.
don't like
I
that.
don't want. I don't care if he never signed. I was done with him.
Yeah.
You've been done with him for a while. On that note, you guys, we're going to take a commercial break. Remind everybody that we are here live at Slackers. We'll be right back. And it's Republic Graphics, a veteran-owned.
Bought the company about 2 years ago, and so I don't know. It's just fun to have it if you're creative and get to do fun stuff and make stuff like this. We're a full functional print and fabrication shop, so we did a little bit of everything. We'll do everything from T-shirts, hats, to full wall build-ups, to building signage.
And so if a team were to want something like this, a team meaning, let's say 12 players on a softball team, how long does it take for those to come out?
So if you go onto the website at the republicgraphicstx.com, you go into the Athletic Buddy system. You'll see some of we already have set bodies.
Yeah.
So all we do is we take a picture. When you go to the order page, they'll send us a picture of the face or them in their uniform. And then what we do is we try to curtail it to that. We'll match it to that.
Yeah.
So match it to the number, we'll match it to the uniform, we'll match it to whatever. And then, we ship them out. So usually if we get an order, we can have it out to them within 3 to 4 days.
Wow. Hey, you guys, and we're back live at Slackers off of Thousand Oaks and 281, but there are 5 locations: St. Mary's, Nacogdoches, Medical, Thousand Oaks, and North Star. I did it.
You forgot North
did
Star
it.
last
I did it. I know. So I
good.
want to remind everybody that they're having their 13-year anniversary at Slackers at North Star, 126 West Rector. So that's why everybody says North Star, because it's literally across from North Star Mall. So just go to North Star Mall and then you'll see Slackers behind it. But they're having their 13-year anniversary, you guys. We will make an appearance there. And you've got, door prizes, giveaways, special appearances by me. No, I'm just kidding. Boring. Anyway, but yeah, so,
Food by Lone Star.
Food by Lone Star Cookers, one of our other proud sponsors, you guys. So we will be there to have some of that barbecue for sure. Ricky Bobby, thank you for being here. Danny Kloza, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And we've been talking all kinds of sports, all kinds of current events. But listen, I'm super excited about the U.S. Open. As a golfer, are you excited to watch this? Because the Oakmont course is one of the hardest courses to play right now in the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be a fun week. And I think the US Open's the biggest test of golf. Like out of the 4 majors, this one's the biggest test of golf. And I think people love to watch it because they love to watch the pros shoot 80s.
That way they feel normal.
Yeah, they feel
They're
normal.
like, hey, I shot an 80 last week.
So-
I can be a pro.
All my guys that I play with, they're very good players. They're like, this is a great week, man. Who's gonna shoot the highest score this week? There's gonna be some 85s, 86s. You watch. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 90.
Okay, but hold on. So
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was gonna
Rory
say that.
McIlroy shot an 81 during his practice round.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
so
he didn't
listen,
make
I
it,
shoot
right?
an 101 on
Yeah.
my regular, round. So not that
Rory
far off.
didn't make that.
No, he's there.
No, he's
Oh, he
Rory.
is?
Yeah,
He's there.
yeah.
Rory's there.
Rory's there.
There's a lot of them that aren't going to be.
He's there.
Ricky Fowler, my husband, did not make it.
Right.
Who else?
Always.
Sigala?
You always take a picture with her. Desiree goes, how does she get a picture with him every year?
Every year. Such an
Hilarious.
exciting moment at the Texas Bolero Open.
I know.
No, but really, have you seen how they mow this course?
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
incredible. It's like dun 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 with their lawnmowers. They come out one by one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And why do they leave it so patchy? Why it's so long? Why do they leave the
Well, the
grounds?
rough. I mean, they make the golf course hard. I mean,
You can't even find your ball.
you know, and that's why they have
That's why,
spotters.
right.
They got, hundreds of spotters.
Yeah.
But, you know, like this is the best test of golf in the world. And it brings out the best golfers.
That's so fun.
And the best guy that's playing the best that week is going to be the best. He's going to be the champion.
Does anybody get a par?
And it's like, there's this tournament can very well finish over par.
That's what I mean.
I mean, it could be 2 or 3 over.
Oh
You never know. It just depends. But the rough is so high, so you put a premium on driving off the tee and hitting the ball straight and hitting greens.
So
and
is it more of a fairway game?
absolutely it is. It can't be a bomber's course because you might be 20 yards from the green, but you're in rough that's 6 inches, 8 inches high. So it's going to be extremely hard for these guys. They got to play around the course, so the best ball strikers, the most patient guys, somebody that's competitive, somebody can fight back. And, it all points to one guy, Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty freaking Scheffler.
He's the best ball striker right now. Mental game is unbelievable. He goes around the golf course, very strategically, like Jack Nicklaus used to.
Right.
He's very smart, and it's going to be a great test. I mean, Xander Schauffele came out and said, just like as he said, people love to watch us. They love to watch us shoot 85.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
Sandoval, we have a couple comments.
Yeah, we have Chris saying first, Rodgers beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl when he was
True.
Yeah.
I guess with the Green Bay.
Packers. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, that's good info. I forgot about
That was a
that.
while back. Yeah.
And then he wants to know what's shooting at 80 like.
What is
What's what?
shooting 80 like?
What is shooting 80 like?
Oh, it sucks. I've done
Says
it.
the professional.
I've done it plenty of times, and I've told everybody this story. I started playing golf when I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I've shot 164 when I was 7.
You kept notes of that?
My first round of golf was at Almas Golf Course,
Yep.
a real golf course. I shot 164 with my brothers. I was 7 years old, and then I shot 64 is my lowest score,
Wow.
and everywhere in between.
Yeah.
And it is the most humbling sport
It is.
I have ever played.
How long did you play in the Pro-Am?
I played not pro-am stuff. I just played when I got out of college in '86. I started working at Oak Hills Country Club, and then I was assistant pro I worked at Oak Hills from '86 to '91. Played. We had what they called section tournaments, the Southern Texas PGA, and with other golf pros, and then qualified for the State Open one year, not the Texas Open, but the State Open. Never played the big tour, but mini tours, and then just playing around in, like they call them, barbecue circuit tournaments, which are 2-man tournaments and for money. But no, nothing. I decided a long time ago, these guys are good, and people don't know how good they are.
Oh,
Right.
And people go, why didn't you play the PGA Tour? And I go, I wasn't good enough.
but yet you were good.
I was good, but not on that consistency and not like that.
Yeah.
Right.
To go out and shoot 65, 66
People don't realize
every single day,
Yeah.
playing 4 or 5 days, 6 days a week. These guys have a horrid schedule.
Yeah.
Everybody sees the limelight of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They don't
They're
see the
just swinging
grind.
club, right?
And you hear the stories of some of these guys when they play their 18 holes in a tournament, they'll go hit the driving range
Oh, it's same thing.
afterwards.
Yeah, that's
You
all
know,
it
that's
is.
insane.
It's over 8, 10, 12 hours a day. That's all
Yeah.
we used to do in college.
How do you like DeChambeau?
I like it. I mean, I think he's good for the game.
Yeah.
He's one of
Um,
those that
yeah.
will hit the driving range as soon as he's done
Yeah.
and stay there.
He, he's just one of those guys. I don't think anybody really liked him coming out because he was kind of odd.
A little cocky.
And then he went to Live, and he said Live was the best thing that ever happened to me because I saw a different way of golf. Now I don't Live did, but
You don't like it, do you?
I don't hate it. But again, it's like NIL. Are you going to blame them?
Yeah.
You got somebody's going to pay you $100 million to go play a tour, and everybody goes, "Oh, Saudi Arabia, they're
Yeah.
killing people." And what the hell are we doing in our own country?
Yeah.
Sometimes. So don't point the finger. But again, if somebody's going to pay you $100 million to go do something,
Guaranteed, regardless of how
Guaranteed.
you play.
right?
Yeah.
I'm coming over.
Yeah.
It's basically show up money.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to call me, but I haven't got that phone
Yeah.
call yet.
Talk to me, Sandoval.
We got some people who are watching today. We got
Okay.
Cam, Alex, who all like the show.
For watching.
We have Jason, Samuel, and Julie.
Hi,
Julie
Jason.
loving the show as well.
Hi, Julie.
Say
Aww.
hi to my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
love it. I
Great.
love it. Love
She's
it.
sitting in her, she's laying in her bed or sitting in her chair right now. So I said, here, you do something. I'll say hi to you.
Awesome.
Aww.
That's great.
And thanks again to your sister too.
Yeah.
Because I know she's there while you can be here. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so I'm excited for the golf. I really am. I
I
know
am
a lot of
too.
people are like, how do you
Be a good
watch
day.
golf? And I love it.
I know.
It's so much fun. Even Hector Ledesma earlier, he wanted me to come on his show this morning. I was not able to be there, but he wanted to know how I felt about it. And I want to see, like you said, like everyone's saying, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and you know that rough is going to be.
That'll be brutal.
Yeah.
This will be the first time I won't be watching on Father's Day.
Because you're going to be traveling.
I'm going to Destin,
Destin,
Florida.
Florida.
So Desiree and I are hooking them going to
Florida.
Destin.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So it'll
And
be
you're
good.
going to be playing golf over there, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to go play one
All right.
day at least, hopefully.
Okay. Did we have a comment that I missed? No?
No.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, you guys don't forget it is Father's Day. So make sure you go out there and get a little gift, a gift card for Slackers. You know,
Slackers.
for a oh wait, tell me about because I'm wearing black and white. He was like, "You're wearing black and white. I like black and white. Tell me about the golf course."
Oh, well, so Oak Hills Country Club,
Yeah.
every year, the member guest, it's one of the biggest member guests in the state of Texas. They call it the black and white.
I love that.
And you got to wear black and white.
Yeah.
Like literally, they give you a 2-shot penalty if you don't wear black and white.
Really? That's
Yeah,
all.
so
I'll take it.
They have a committee that goes around and they check everybody. Like when you're warming up or you're going to somebody sees you in there on the committee and they go, hey, you need to go buy some black and white in the golf shop. That's too much gray.
What if someone's colorblind
I-
and they're like, so it's purple?
It's a bunch of old dudes playing. So yeah, somebody's
I mean,
colorblind.
someone's gonna be showing.
But no, it's a great tournament. You know, they have the wides out all week and it's, you know, it's just a great venue and it's cool because it's traditional.
That's
It's black
cool.
and white.
When does this take place?
It'll be in October this
In
year.
October.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know we have a couple tournaments that we're going to all be in between St. Gregory's and we've got one in November. We've got quite a few lined up. So
Yeah, I got one at the end of June at Horseshoe Bay.
what's
I'm
one of the, oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's one of the courses that you would love to play on that you haven't played on
like,
ever, anywhere?
I mean, you got to go to the home of golf, St. Andrews. I'd love to go over to St. Andrews and play St. Andrews, which I've never gotten to do. Of course, Augusta, but I mean, that takes an act of Congress.
No
So
kidding.
what is your favorite local course?
Oak Hills Country Club.
Okay.
Oak Hills Country Club is, to me, by far the best golf course around. Pecan Valley used to be, but they got rid of Pecan. But Oak Hills Country Club is just the old traditional
Yeah.
1922 Tillinghast
Yeah.
course. Who, you know,
Yeah.
he built Olympic Club and San Francisco Golf Club. Tillinghast did. And,
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful place in the middle of the medical center.
Yeah.
You don't even
Yeah,
know.
no, I have done work at the clubhouse, and I went through there and looked at all the old black and white pictures and the history of it, and I didn't know it had that much of a history to it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
yeah.
it really is. It really
Yeah,
is.
A.W. Tillinghast had literally a tent out on the golf course when he was building it. He would be out there on number 6 by their big, huge oak tree, and that's where he stationed himself
Oh,
when he built the
wow.
course.
That is awesome.
It's got a lot of history to it.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up on Brackenridge.
Yeah, I love that course
Yeah,
too.
I know. And Chris, one of our favorite viewers and supporters, he's asked me to play golf a couple times here and there at Brack and at Almas. And, I like it because it's old school.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like since I grew up on those
Same thing.
courses, it's like, so these bigger courses like Canyon Springs, those trees scare me.
Yeah.
Those trees are like, there's too many.
Yeah,
I lose balls.
yeah.
Although the other day I played and I only lost 3. You don't lose any, do you?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not all the time, but I mean, yeah.
I know you go through like 4
I don't-
sleeves.
Why are we bringing this up?
I'm just saying. I'm just.
Why are we bringing
I'm
it
You
up?
guys were talking. I lose a couple, okay?
But he can probably if he hits his ball, he probably comes out with more than he went in.
Yeah,
with.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like when it's near the driving range, like at the quarry.
Yeah.
And you're on what hole is that?
Well, there's one. Number one's right there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look, I found ball. Oh, they're from the driving range. You don't want
Range
those balls. Yeah. You don't want those balls. So moving on to baseball. Are you into baseball right
Yeah,
now?
no, I've watched some.
Who's
yeah.
your team?
I really don't have one this year.
Yeah.
I just like I said, I just kind of like, I'm kind of like the quarterback thing, I watch players,
Right.
Okay.
but I, I like the A's.
Okay. So hold on.
And then we have a friend of ours pitches for Oakland.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
He was an Aggie and Detmer kid.
Okay.
And so Cameron went, Cameron's best friends with his sister and Nathan Detmer, and he
Yep.
pitched for A&M, he pitched for the A's. And of course the Youngs,
Okay.
the Young brothers,
Yep.
one plays for Detroit and one plays for Texas, Josh and Jace. They live in our neighborhood. I mean, their dad was a coach in San Antonio, Jeff, and they live behind us in our neighborhood. So, and I coached against them. They both went to MacArthur.
I love it. That is so
So
cool.
I follow them.
Oh, yeah, I bet you do.
So I'm a Rangers kind of guy
Okay.
sometimes.
Rangers over Astros?
Yeah, right now.
Right now. Yeah. Don't tell Joe Earl that.
No, I know.
So listen, so speaking of the A's, did you see Denzel Clark's catch over the wall
Yeah,
the other day? There it is right there. Holy moly. He just said, I'm going to sit here for a second, and no big deal. I mean, what? He just rolled up in there.
No,
The
he tracked
timing of that
perfectly. Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
You think his hip hurts? Nah. He didn't even feel that. Didn't even feel that.
Maybe the next day.
I mean, from the wall. And you played baseball?
1 year, I told you I was the butterfly watcher.
Oh, that's right.
I was the golfer. I had to be moving.
You knew you had to just.
I didn't like just standing there when you lay on.
You played baseball.
When I was this big.
So like 2 years ago. Got
3
it.
years.
Got it.
Little league when I was like 10.
Yeah.
I was good though.
No, I do love baseball. I don't mind watching it. Although speaking of the Earls, Nina will not watch. She's so bored. I asked her if she was watching the men's World Series this weekend, which happens when this Friday. It starts this Friday, double elimination. And she's like, "No, girl, I'm not watching that shit." She's like, "It's too slow." I'm like,
That sounds just like her too.
right."
And I call her family the Dolphin family. Every time they're swimming, they're on Instagram. I call her the Dolphin family. I go, "You're damn dolphins."
My sister
They're
loves,
swimming every time. They swim all the
her
time.
kids love to swim.
So every
That's
time they're swimming, I go,
hilarious.
"Fish family, dolphin." She just starts laughing.
That's hilarious. 'Cause
Dude.
you're right, though. You're right.
They're in the
You're
water.
right. But yeah, so the World Series starts this weekend. Double elimination, which it's fun. You never know what's going to happen in baseball. You get some fun double plays. You get some flips of the ball. I don't know. I'm trying to make it exciting for everyone.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I love the Little League World Series.
Oh,
well.
that's
I
fun.
love
And
that. I
that's
can
what,
watch
in
that all day.
August.
Yeah,
I think that's early August because they get to miss like the first 2 weeks of school. I
How
think.
cool is that?
Yeah.
No, I can watch that all day long.
Yeah, no, I'm excited
Okay.
for them. So yeah, I'm not even sure who's in the men's right now. Do you? No.
Hold on. It's,
Here we go.
Coastal Carolina,
Let me get my glasses
Coastal
on.
was one of the first teams in.
Okay.
Arizona, Oregon State, Louisville,
Louisville.
UCLA, Murray State, Arkansas, and LSU.
Who do you go for?
Who's the favorite? I don't like any of them.
We don't see Texas in there.
UCLA beat Texas, Texas San
I
Antonio.
know.
So
So
they
we
beat
don't
my
want
alma mater,
them.
so I'm out.
So LSU, just because it's New Orleans?
No,
Why-
God,
no.
Don't even, that's 3 letters. That's like 3 letters. It's like a 4-letter word. LSU.
You don't like it.
No, I hate
You don't
LSU.
like it. Okay, got it. All right. Well, the Little League World Series starts in August. I was right. First week in August. So yeah, like I said, they get to miss a couple weeks of school there.
Yeah, that's
so.
good for them too for doing that.
Yeah.
I can watch that all weekend long.
And yeah, you will be. I'm
And
sure.
I will be.
Yeah.
Yes.
On that note, you guys, I want to remind everybody that we are live here at Slackers with Danny Kloza, Ricky Bobby, and I'm Trudy, the host of Trending with Trudy. We'll be here for another little bit. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
The Trending with Trudy show is brought to you by NACO Gold and Silver Exchange. NACO Gold and Silver is your trusted gold, silver, and diamond buyer in San Antonio. Check them out online at nacogoldandsilver.com or go by their location at 13323 Nacogdoches Road, Suite number 3. NACO Gold and Silver Exchange.
All right, you guys, and we're back. You're watching us live from Slackers, Thousand Oaks and 281. Again, with Danny Kloza and Ricky Bobby. Thank y'all again for being here. How do y'all feel? Are y'all good?
Yeah.
Fine.
Wonderful.
Easy drive here, easy to get here,
Yeah,
to and
easy.
from, right?
yeah.
Easy with other 5 locations. But I will say, how do you like 1604 and 281 right now?
No,
No, you said no. Hey,
Any of it.
do you go out 1604 west?
all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
Because you have to get out to.
Well, we go to
different-
UTSA.
UTSA, that's
soccer,
right.
But then I go out to Castroville that way.
Okay.
To the ranch. It's a disaster.
I don't
Especially on
know.
weekends when it's closed.
I need a helicopter. Bauman. I need a helicopter. And by the way, I've seen a lot of helicopters lately in the area. Don't know why. Maybe they're taking aerial footage of everything. And we have a comment
Yeah.
coming back. Sorry, my bad.
We got Cam saying baseball is great, but when they put the pitch clock, also you can try to pick up a guy at first. It went awesome.
You know, that's a great point, Cam. Let's ask Coach Kloza
On
about this, about the pitch clock on baseball. What do you think about that? Do you not really care?
Well, not really, but they got to. I mean, it's slow.
It is.
The
So
games are long.
So you don't mind that they spread it out?
There's a
little
lot
bit?
of things about baseball. I think the season's too long.
Yeah.
I think a high school season's way too long.
Yeah.
You know, in high school, it's, you know, they do series when they hit the playoffs. It's the only sport that does series in the playoffs. Let's go one and done like every other sport. You know,
Okay.
because then the teams that only have one good pitcher,
They're
they have a chance to win that one game.
Right.
You know, everybody wants to do series because, you know, and I'm just going to say it like in Northeast, you know, you got Johnson, you got Reagan, they got 3-4, you know, good pitchers. Well, they're going to be better than everybody else in the series.
aha.
And so the teams that have one good pitcher,
That's it.
no, that's
They're
it.
done.
You know, yeah, let's go one and done. Let's go and get this stuff
So
over
why
with.
do they stretch it so much?
Well, that's just the way those baseball coaches like it. Let's play a 2 out of 3 series. And they flip for it. If me and you are playing, I go, I want a 1-game series. The guy goes, no, I want it 2 out of 3. You got to flip for it.
Wow.
So, but you know, now they just all just go, let's do 2 out of 3. And
So does the pitch clock really speeding up the game?
I don't.
Yeah.
You
I think it
think-
does.
I
I think
think-
it does some.
I think
I would think in the pros, 1 pitching change per inning. Let's start there.
Yeah, I mean
I mean, come on. When you have 2-3 pitching changes, it's
and they're professionals. How many damn timeouts can you have to go up and talk to a guy and
it's
Just-
cut back on that.
let's just go,
Yeah.
just play.
Yeah.
you want to keep moving. You want to keep.
It
going.
is a long game. It's a long sport. I mean, it's a long game. but-
It's different for you when you're live in it
Oh,
watching.
100%.
That's yeah.
Well, you can get up and go get beer.
This is true.
You know,
That
This
might
is
take
true.
you 2 innings.
you should go walk around. You know, you walk
Yeah.
around the stadium
Little
and go buy
distraction here and
stuff.
there. Yeah.
But no, I love the sport. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But they're trying to do something to speed it up. It's the same in anything else. I mean, you know, let's
Well, I
time
grew
factor.
up in the area. My dad was a huge baseball fan. When the starting pitcher would go 7-9 innings.
Well, now it's pitch count. In high
and
school,
if you go-
Right.
pitch count.
And if you go 4 or 5 innings, you're considered a starter now.
Oh,
And my dad would not. He was a big Sandy Koufax guy who would always go 9 innings. My dad would not understand these 5 pitching changes per game.
No.
You know?
exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's 24 minutes shorter than in 2022.
So what's that, like 2 beers?
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3 beers?
Yeah. But I mean, it has made a little bit of a difference. Not huge, but you know, it is what
You're
it
a fan.
is.
You're a fan. You're going to watch it no matter
Yeah,
what.
and,
Right.
and you know, again, going back to the traffic of construction on 1604, I can't out of my car get speed up, and I don't care what kind of car you're driving. You don't know what lane you're supposed to be in. You don't know where it merges, and it's a mess.
So when's that going to end? Do
What?
you know? When's that ending?
In 2027.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
That's what they say.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah. So good luck
I'm not
again.
buying that.
Again, Bauman, we need a helicopter. Yeah. So I don't know. They screwed up. I mean, would you like a helicopter to
Hell
pick you up
yeah.
and drop you off? Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
badass? Don't some of the golfers get picked up and dropped off in their helicopters?
Oh, they have private jets.
on the course though, like, hey, take me to
yeah,
seven,
they've done it before.
right? Yeah, I think
They
Wes has
took,
told us that.
Yes.
They took a helicopter from TPC this year,
Yes.
and they picked them up and they went to the first tee over at Breckenridge Park. They
That-
dropped some of them off over
See?
there so they could do a clinic.
That's what Wes
Yeah.
was
Yes,
telling
that's
us.
exactly what Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
Yeah.
to be in a helicopter too long though.
A little too.
I've been in one time, and I'm
You didn't like it.
no, I'm not big on them.
No PJ, no private jet.
It'd have to be pretty big.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not.
Like a
It's not gonna
747.
be. It's not gonna be a small. not gonna be a small plane.
You want the new one?
He wants the Taylor Swift model.
I'm not
Oh,
the.
the
I'm
number
not.
13?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm not big on small aircraft.
Okay. I've been on a few. Not private jets, just like from Belize to San Pedro, and it's kind of like,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I have a buddy of mine that has small private jets.
Yeah.
He's like, let's go fishing. We'll go to fly to the coast. And I go, I'll
I'll
meet you
drive you.
there.
I mean, I'll drive on the way. I'll see you there.
I'm out. I
Yeah.
don't want to do it. My
Yeah.
dad's best friend got killed in one
Oh,
way back when,
Wow.
and it was a small, 2-seater, and flying to a basketball game, and it was Joe Horland's brother, Bill Horland, and they didn't find him for 3 days.
Oh my
So, yeah, it
gosh.
was just I just don't like small aircraft.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, on that note, you guys, just fly commercial.
yeah, there you go.
Fly commercial.
Or drive.
Or a
Drive.
spaceship.
Yeah,
A
drive.
spaceship's always good too. Just get me there fast.
Talk to Elon Musk.
Talk to Elon Musk. We've got a comment.
Yeah, we got Cam saying, like back in the day, the pitchers just used to pitch, but now it's all about throwing either 100 plus, except for Greg Maddux, and also now location, movement, and change of speed pitches. So they get in those corners, change up and
different
whatnot.
You're right, Cam. It has changed, which I know there's always room for change in everything. But,
Yeah.
Just throw the ball.
Just pitch.
Just pitch.
We had to be very, high school when they started doing pitch counts. Coaches had to keep up with that.
Yeah.
They had to turn their pitch counts in, and
It's a lot more work.
it's just a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But what was happening was it was the coaches that had one good pitcher that were abusing that pitcher and screwing up their arms.
Right.
right.
And so they had to do something, because unfortunately you have idiot coaches that
Push 'em.
put winning, beyond anything, and screw up a kid.
Right.
And you don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
Because the kids are the most important thing yet. So,
Absolutely.
some of those, I'm not saying coaches are perfect. Some
Right.
of them are stupid.
Right.
Those
Yeah.
are the ones you fire.
Right. Well, speaking of, that's why you coached for 31 years.
Well,
sir.
I wasn't always right. So
Well, but
but
you
I-
had a great
I was
running.
I was always fair.
Yeah.
And I treated my coaching staff well, and it said, I'm going to take care of the staff. You guys take care of the kids,
Yep.
because without the kids, we don't have a job.
Exactly.
And that was the most important part of my service, was
Yep.
to the kids.
Yep.
So I enjoyed it. It was fun, and now I get to do this stuff.
There you go.
Have fun.
There you
Don't
go.
worry about it anymore. No pressure.
Very good. On that note,
for
let's cheers to a happy hump day with my good friends here at Slackers, you guys. Y'all come check them out. They will be here till 2:00 in the morning. We will not, but they will be.
Slackers
And
will be.
check out their kitchen, because they have got a great menu. What's one of your favorites?
The
Those-
pretzel.
The pretzel. The pretzel. They've got the
Can't go wrong
little
with a pretzel.
the little
and a
keg.
beer.
The
Can't
little,
screw up a pretzel.
Rob, talk to me. What's the menu? I mean, all kinds of fun stuff. You've got hamburgers, you've got the mini tacos, you've got all kinds of fun stuff. So, anyways, you guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for being here in our live studio audience. They're back here. Everyone's like rounding up right now. Anyways, thanks so much to our producer, Jerry Sandoval. Thanks for
Man.
pushing
Jerry's
all
the
buttons.
man.
Jerry's
He
the
is.
man. All right, guys, we'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching the Trending with Trudy show. Thank you, Danny Kloza. Thank you, Ricky Bobby. We'll see y'all
Welcome. Thank
later.
you.